In this new video, you will discover the 7 subtle phrases that grab his attention and keep him intrigued. Hi, I'm Brody Boyd, and I'm actually the husband of Antia Boyd. And for the last 16 years, I've been helping single men to attract the right woman for them. So I have a unique perspective into what makes the male brain tick, which you'll learn more about in this video. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe below for more great content like this. And let's go ahead and dive right in. So phrase number 7 is, it's so sexy when you ... So it's so sexy when you hold the door open for me. It's so sexy when you planned out the date. It's so sexy when you took charge with my mom when she was, being kind of rude to us. It's so sexy when you cooked dinner for me. It's so sexy the way you ravished me last night. So that's like, a more obvious sexy one. But the key here is you're telling him when he's doing things that you enjoy, that you actually find sexy and attractive. Because you're doing a lot of powerful things with this. For one, of course, you're grabbing his attention, like the video states. Number 2 is you're also rewarding him. You're showing him, you're giving him a reward, a praise, which for the masculine raises up his level of energy. It makes him feel like a hero. It makes him feel like a king, like your king. And it makes him feel good about himself. So you're rewarding him. And number 3 is you're actually training him what to do more of, because men generally want to make you happy. If you've been dating a man for a while and he seems interested in you, he seems committed, he wants you to be happy, because that's again going to make him feel good as a man. If he's not making you happy, he's probably going to feel like he's a loser of sorts, so he can't make his woman happy. So by showing him what to actually do to make you happy, he's going to see how he can win with you, and he's going to feel good. And this of course is going to also make him just feel great in general. So it's a very powerful phrase to use to really get him intrigued and grab his attention right away. Phrase number 6 is, would you be my hero and ... So what this phrase is all about, it's about you asking him to do something for you while also stating it in a way that, one, you're saying would you rather than could you. So would implies that he is capable, he's a strong man, he's capable of doing this. It's just a question of, will he do it? Would he do it for you? And then the other thing is that by asking him for this and stating in a way that he can be your hero, you're showing him again another way he can win with you and actually get to feel like a hero, like he's your king, like he's a great, powerful, attractive, amazing man for you at the very least. So most likely, most masculine men are going to say, yes, I would do that for you. I would be happy to do that for you. So it's a very powerful phrase. Would you be my hero and open this jar for me? This is very stereotypical. Would you be my hero and pull up the directions for, the office that I have to go to for our meeting tomorrow, for the meeting tomorrow? I mean, that's more of a business type of thing, but you get the idea. It could really be applied to anything. Would you be a hero and get that spider off the top of the ceiling? It's freaking me out. And he gets to get that spider, and he gets to feel like a warrior for love. He gets to feel like he's your hero. He's got that cape on, and he's saving the world. He's saving the world one woman at a time, which is you. So give him that gift of being able to actually serve in his masculine, and you can do it very easily with that simple phrase. Phrase number 5 is, are you hitting on me right now? Wow, this is an interesting phrase. This is a playful phrase. This is a fun phrase. This is a flirty phrase. So what this phrase does is it shows him that, for one, you're playful, you're flirty, but number 2, that you actually can selectively hear him and imply that he's hitting on you, that he's trying to seduce you, that he's trying to win you over, whatever you might want to say that. So you can use this in a variety of contexts. It's very effective, I believe, on a first date, first meeting type of situation, but you can use this in different ways on all different times. So I'll give you some other examples of this. So say you just met a guy let's say you're even at the bank. Let's just use that. You're at the bank, you're getting cash out of the bank, and the guy is giving you he asks you, would you like those in $100 denominations or $20 denominations? And you could just right there say, are you hitting on me right now? Are you trying to say I'm $100? Are you only trying to say I'm only worth $100? So I mean, you can add on some things like that. But the idea is you're being playful, you're being fun. And that may not be the best example because it's like you're in context of a stranger that you're just meeting. But you get the idea. You can use that in all different kinds of situations. When say you're on a date with a guy, and he asks you if you grew up. He asks you what your favorite dessert is. And you can say, are you hitting on me right now? Are you trying to say I'm a dessert? So you're basically being playful and you're selectively hearing. And that's the way this works. Just to summarize this, the way this phrase works is you're taking what he says and you're reframing as if you heard him in the context of he's trying to hit on you. He's trying to pursue you. He's trying to be with you. And so it's a playful way to kind of turn the dynamic. If you especially feel if like a guy's being a little distant, a little aloof, a little cool, you can use this phrase and it can often snap him out of it to now be a little more playful, a little more flirty, and maybe out of his head a little bit, and now start to joke around with you. And you've also framed it in a way now he's the one coming to you, so you can switch the power dynamic around. If you feel that's a guy you really like and he seems to know that he's pretty great and he's like, desired by a lot of women, you can switch the dynamic around and make it seem like he's now coming after you just from you. That's because you're a confident woman, you're an awesome woman, so why wouldn't he be pursuing you? And you can switch it around. And there's some other ways you can use this phrase, such as like, are you flirting with me right now? Or did you just say you want to ask me on a date? Or did you just ask me on a date? And it's basically, he can say anything and you can just say that phrase. And it's funny because it's like, you just heard what you heard, right? He said what he said, you heard what you heard, because obviously he's probably flirting on you because you're an attractive woman. And it's another guy, another sexy guy's trying to flirt with me again. Why can't I just get a break? All these guys are after me. So it's a fun way to change the dynamic in a conversation. Very powerful. Phrase number 4 is, I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you for what you did. Or let's say he had an accomplishment he did at work and he was telling you about it. He said, yeah, I just got this promotion. And you're saying, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. And again, this phrase will work better in the context of a guy you've been maybe on at least 3 dates with. Somebody who it's a little weird if it's a stranger you don't really know much about to then say you're proud of him. But if it's a guy, especially if this is a more involved relationship, it can be very powerful because it can show that, for one, you are admiring him for his accomplishments, for what he did. And for 2, you're showing that you value that. You value that and that you actually are impressed by it and that you actually are on his team in a sort of way, that you're like rooting for him. You're like his cheerleader. It's very powerful because a lot of these things can also be switched towards you. When you do these to a man, oftentimes he will start to reciprocate at some point. He will start to reciprocate. You don't want to do it to try to get him to reciprocate, but often when you give something, you will get in return. It's just like a fire. You want to put the logs in first before you can get the heat out, right? So you want to be giving these things as ways to encourage just a lot of positivity in your relationship with him, whether it's a short period of time or a long period of time. So to tell him you're proud of him when he did something that you admire, that he accomplished something, whether you just found out about it or he told you, it can be a really powerful way to help him, again, feel great when he's with you and feel like this is a woman who I could actually see myself with because I can see that she's going to respect me and admire me for things that I've done and actually values that, which I want to be with a woman who values what I do. So that's a very powerful one as well. Phrase number 3 is, aren't you lucky? Aren't you lucky? You're probably wondering, what the heck does that mean? So this is, again, a more playful phrase. This is a more playful phrase to actually show your level of confidence and that he's actually lucky to be with you. And I'll explain how this works. So basically, this is especially powerful when you're in a situation where you may feel like he's a really awesome guy. I mean, if you're finding yourself like or at least maybe he thinks he's an awesome guy, this can be playful to kind of turn the dynamic around a little bit and make it that he's actually the one to be lucky to be with you. So there's a couple ways you can use this playfully, of course. And the key here is you want to make it playful because otherwise it could come across as like poking or like a little arrogant or overconfident or insecure. So the key is the playfulness. The key is to bring the fun to it. That makes it actually attractive and can really grab his attention and actually show your confidence and actually switch the dynamic. So let's say, for example, he has asked you out and you guys were having a hard time finding a time to actually meet. And finally, you're able to find a time that you're both available. And you can say something like, oh, we found one. We finally found a date. Aren't you lucky? So it's kind of like a fun way. You could do a winky face if you were texting that, or if you're saying in person, you'd kind of smile a little bit to let him know, aren't you lucky? Oh, we finally found, oh my gosh, I can't believe we finally found a time. Aren't you lucky? Aren't you lucky? So you can kind of feel the energy behind it. It's like a playfulness that he's lucky that he finally gets the time to be with you. Or you can say that when you meet on the date and like, oh wow, we finally did it. And like, aren't you lucky? You get to actually spend some time with me. You get to actually spend some time with me. So that's another way you can kind of like even amp it up, and you can say, yeah, oh my gosh, you are like so lucky. I usually can't get enough time to get away from so much work and things, but you are like so lucky. How did you get so lucky? So you can see that you're kind of playing with him, that he's fortunate. He's so lucky to actually get some time to be with you and actually gets your attention, because you're a hot commodity. You're a woman in demand. You have men after you. You have people wanting your time. He is a very fortunate one to be with you. And you do it again in a very playful way with either a smiley face or a winky face, or smiling in person to let him know you're actually, you're joking around, and it can be really fun. And that can actually also shift the dynamic. If he gets a little bit in his head, or if the energy's dropping, you can start to make the dynamic more playful with a comment like that as well. Powerful phrase number 2 is to say, I appreciate your sense of blank. So you can use it in a lot of ways. This is, again, sort of similar to the I'm proud of you phase, but this is when you're actually complimenting him, appreciating him for something about his personality, something about him. So it goes a little deeper. So you can say something like, I really appreciate your sense of style. Like, you're just like, you got it going here. This is really nice. This is really, 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 really good look for you. I love those jeans, whatever. So you're appreciating him for his style, or you can say, I just gotta say, I really appreciate your sense of humor. I love a man who can like take things lightly. It's really attractive. So that's another way you can do it. Or you say, I appreciate your integrity. I really appreciate it when you told me yesterday that, you wanted to make sure that you were there on time. So you want to make sure to let me know that you were going to be 15 minutes late. And I really appreciate that. I think it's so attractive, when a man is really like communicating well, whatever it might be. So find something to appreciate about him. This is just another way of bringing that appreciation, because what again will happen is you're going to raise his masculine sense of self-esteem. He's going to know how he can win with you, and he's going to feel good and want to spend more time around somebody like you who is making him feel good and awesome. So appreciation is power. Appreciation is the way to really bring a man, I believe, one of the things that causes a man to fall in love long term. So finding all those ways you can appreciate him, he'll see how he can win with you, and you'll start to create this upward spiral that just keep getting better and better and better. Finally, phrase number 1 is tell me more. Tell me more. It's a very simple phrase, and it's basically showing that you are interested in him and what he, not just like interested in him like I want to be with you, you're like interested in learning more about him, about what he's talking about. So this is a basic phrase, but you can use this in a lot of contexts. So just like, tell me more about that, or what else happened, or why did that happen? So you're basically just asking him questions about himself, but more like diving deeper. Like, you want to know more. Tell me more about yourself. Tell me more about your childhood. Whatever the subject might be, it's natural to just say like, well, tell me more about that. What else happened? When did that take place, and what happened after that? So it's a way of really showing a man that you are interested in him. You're interested in who he is. He's not just like a ready-made, potential husband. He's not like a out-of-the-box, Amazon Prime delivered husband. He is a man with a personality, with feelings, and a history, and you want to know about him. You want to get to know him, because I think that's a big fear for a lot of men. A lot of men are afraid that they're just with a woman who just wants somebody, anybody. Just give me a man. Just give me a boyfriend. Just give me a husband. And so a guy doesn't want to feel like he's just a commodity, that he's just feeling this need, this checklist that you might have. And this is one of the ways you can do it, is like really show him you want to know about him. And again, the benefit of this, when you show a man you really want to learn about him, that's developing more intimacy, and he'll most likely then want to know more about you as well. And usually, generally, when you ask somebody a question, they'll generally ask you the same question afterwards. So he'll want to know more too. And if he doesn't, again, he might not be the right guy. You never know. But that's a good way to start learning who this guy really is, by asking those questions. When I was helping men, I used to give them a rule of thumb. Generally, you should be doing 20 to 30% of the talking, and let the other person do 60 to 70% of the talking. But that's not necessarily true. It can be more balanced. But the key is you want to, it's challenging you to ask questions, challenging you to get them to open up. And it's just a good practice. And again, you do want him to ask those questions too. And here's one last thing I'll mention. If he's not asking you these questions back, all you have to do is just sit, be quiet, and smile. Just smile and be quiet. And generally that little bit of uncomfort, that silence, will generally cause him to ask a question. Or he might just keep rambling on. In that case, you'd be like, oh, okay. And you can start to give him more signals that you're not really interested in. But give him that chance with that silence. That's another little bonus tip for today to go with these phrases. So those were the 7 phrases. If you can like, comment, and subscribe to this video, that will make sure you get more powerful videos like this coming to you soon. And also we have our free course and our free Magnetize Your Man quiz you can get by clicking over here as well and claiming those gifts. So awesome. Much love. Hope this was helpful. And I look forward to talking again very soon.